What's going on, folks? So today it is December 17, 2021, and a quick update before we move forward to go off season. Anyway, everybody, happy New Year's Eve, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. Don't drink and drive. Don't ride an electric bike and drink. You'll probably get in a car accident or some sort of incident. Anyway, so in regards to my bike, it's uh it's uh it's completed. I could say it's completed. Uh, the plans. So the plan is obviously I don't have a kill switch. I'm looking at a ignition system with a key with a two-wire system, which you have red and yellow. So usually red goes to red and yellow goes to an orange. In my perspective, I'm looking at my controller. My controller has orange and red, so red is red, orange is yellow. And the way the switch works, it is pretty much a positive negative. It works like a fuse. However, it is connected to a computer controller display. If you look at these displays and you look at the wires, there is a wire that you disconnect, kind of like a harness, and then you can plug in your ignition. So I will flick around with that, see how that works. I hate cutting wires or redoing things, but in this situation, I don't have a choice. I have no security whatsoever. If I was to, let's say, walk away and take a leak, somebody could just jump on a bike and start doing 50 miles an hour, and there's no way I'm gonna catch up to the guy. So that's a safety concern that I have, and that's in the horizon to get it done. That's the plan. It's I am going to eventually do it. I have to find a spot where I should install the switch. Should I install on the top of the frame? Should I install in the rear of the frame? Should I hide it? I would love to kind of hide it so nobody can either want to mess around with it. But then I'm also concerned about the water and the dust and the gravel and the mud and all that. So I need to install it where it's kind of going to be away, but yet not, abused by salt and everything else, or rain, or whatever. So ignition like that costs about $10. So I'm hoping to. It's not the point of getting it. It's just the point of taking everything apart. Well, not necessarily everything, but if you see the bike, there is a foam that I have underneath the bike where the cables are. I would have to kind of like take it off and go under the bike and kind of mess around with the foam and the zip ties and the cables. But it might be easy or it might be difficult. So we'll see. I mean, you don't predict where things are always easy. You always kind of think like, yeah, it might be difficult, and then ends up that it's not really difficult. It just takes a couple of minutes to get it done. I have the drill to drill the hole in proper length and width and depth, so that's not a big deal. So I have all the necessary tools. Pretty much 99.9% I know what I'm doing. I know which wire to connect because I had that discussion already with the seller with the original ignition, which one, I have no clue what the hell the key is for that ignition. Two, ignition is too bulky and too big. And three, I don't like that switch, period. Um, and I do, and I again, the way these wires are connected they look pretty much simple. Its purpose is simple, so it really shouldn't be a headache to get it installed. The whole thing is I gotta take time to, go under the bike, take things off, and pretty much deal with the whole thing again. Since we are right now off the season, it's not really such a big deal. I don't take the bike too much. Actually, I only took the bike once with a new battery, so it kind of sucks. I knew I'm gonna receive the battery, at the end of the season, so it kind of sucks. But it is what it is. I could just put it on the bike and go out for a ride. For past 3 days, it's been really nice, 60 degrees. So I could have, but between work and my son's homework and gym, and take care of wifey, no time whatsoever. So that's that. Got the mirrors. Check out the mirrors, guys. Got it nicely installed. Might need some adjustment with the angle, but they're sturdy. Good quality. Check them out. Nice and red. Then I have. Let me see. I think the biggest concern for me was the switch. To be honest with you, you know. So we're gonna try to address that. Well, what I do? I ordered an adapter. So there's a kit on eBay, and if you ever look, if you take, so my front fender is in non-existence, right? So I don't have a front fender, and every time I ride a bike and I go through a water, it literally splashes my face. It is so uncomfortable and so unnecessary. It's not even funny, and it kind of ticks me off every time I go through the puddle. It's either I gotta go around it or I gotta slow down. So it kind of piss me off, right? So long story short, I went ahead and I searched on eBay a pit bike fender, right? So it's not a long fender. It's a mud guard. It's not small either, right? The width, it's probably 4 inches, if not more. I mean, it fits perfectly onto my forks because, as you can remember, my forks are very wide, right? So it will fit to my fork. It will not struggle when I turn the wheel to the left to the right. It will not rub against the control or the frame, so that's good. Pretty much just a pit bike fender. Now, the biggest always concern was, and I saw on YouTube where people were putting U brackets or kind of like square shaped brackets, and they were installing them over the forks, and it looked neat, especially when you paint the silver steel into black semi-gloss or whatever color they chose, but usually was black. It actually looked good. However, as I did my research, I stumbled on this seller, a private seller with not lots of feedback, but apparently he does it on 3D printer, and it's a good quality adapter where if you look underneath your fork, it actually has a hole diameter about inch and a quarter or so, and usually that's where you have the mud guards or fenders going into. So the device, just like the mirrors, when you screw it in, it expands and it holds it in place. So I says, wow, that's awesome. And he was asking good money for it because it was $15 for the device that he did a 3D print on it, and it was another $5 additionally to the 15 for shipping and handling. But it does fit the Suron, and it does fit this bike or any fork that has that opening, as it is designed for the fenders or most of the fenders, and it's it fits the pit bike fender. As you can see, well, just research it to see the pictures on the pit bike fender. It has like 4 or 5 different holes, and this device, this bracket, goes into the main hull that's supposed to hold on to it, and then you have these two kind of like locking devices that he printed out on 3D printer, and I don't know if it's PVC plastic or what, but it's a good quality. I mean, he's got a rubber band around it. It's a good idea. As a matter of fact, great idea. It's just kind of like the rubber's kind of flimsy, but yet it does its purpose, and the rubber holds the expanding kind of like teeth or brackets, so it will work. It will, squeeze it in there, and it will expand. And its purpose going to be to hold the fender, and it's going to hold it very well. So I am so happy about that adapter, and that I kind of like stumped on it and saw it, because when you look at the picture, you kind of like you go, interesting. When you read the description, he's like, okay, interesting, right? And I even text the guy. I was just like, does this device expand inside the forks when you insert it to attach the fender? He goes, yes. I'm like, great. So its purpose is exactly what I need it for. But the dilemma is, I've been waiting for this fender or mud guard for Pit Bike from eBay for like 14 days. And it says awaits UPS pickup, something USPS pickup. Like it was never mailed out. Now I know the sender actually sent it out. It's just it was like $9.50, and the system hasn't been updated. Maybe he put some crappy tracking number. Maybe he didn't provide any tracking number. It's lots of maybes, right? But I'm pissed. I'm talking to the seller back and forth. Just, oh, can you wait a few more days? Blah, blah, blah. Says, well, if you don't get it by this time, we'll send it another one. But I'm saying, like, look, just send it and get it right. I've learned from my experience, and you guys should learn the same thing. If you're doing business on the internet, the most satisfying or the most important thing for doing business is the shipping, right? So if you have the capability and it's fair enough for the buyer to say, look, I will charge you $5 additionally to the price, but I will mail it with confidence, like even though this device was $15, I was like, okay, steep, but it's his idea, right? So I gotta honor that. And unfortunately, additionally, he's charging me $5 for shipping. But don't get it wrong, because the item came delivered very nicely. It was packed. It came fast. It had tracking numbers. Everything was there. So even though I paid the $15 plus the additional $5, I was extremely happy. I was a very, very happy customer. And at the end of the day, is the satisfaction that you get. Yes, you pay the $5 to a carrier, okay, to ship it for you, but you got it in a timely manner, and you got it when you were doing your project. It's like with the battery. I ordered a battery 6 months later, never got the battery. It's bullshit. But anyway, I still didn't get the battery, but obviously that I purchased different, a new battery. But so sometimes it is better if you pay that additional $3 to $5 for shipping, so you don't have this bullshit hassle and headache like I do. Come on, 14 days for a bullshit fender. I could have gone to any bike shop and probably picked it up for $14, $15. So I saved $4, but my project is delayed like freaking 14 days. So the plan is to receive the fender from Pit Bike, to take that adapter and pretty much install the fender, and 99.9% is going to be installed and is going to look perfect. Okay, that 0.01% is just for the heck of it. But I've seen it on Sarons installed. It looks epic. I like it, and my goal is, besides safety, also how comfortable I feel on the bike. And with this fender, it's just going to stop that bullshit, water going into my face and looking like a retard on a bike, going, spitting the dirt and everything else out of my mouth, because that's disgusting. And smallest thing like that, it bothers you so much, and it screws up your your excitement on a bike. It's like, oh, come on, man, there's a puddle, I went over it and now I'm all screwed over. Anyway, so that's that. Eventually, by the beginning of the season, which is going to be somewhere April, mid-April, which is not too long from now, I am going to also try to install rear fender, and that's only because I have the shock or the dumper in the back out of frame, and I don't want to get it too dirty. I mean, it's easy to clean it. You can wash it off with water with the pressure. You could, clean it off with a paper towel, and then excuse me, it's like 7 in the morning, and then just oil it up. There's lots of ways to do it. The easiest way would be to get the rear fender. If you saw lots of stealth bombers, they have those long ass fenders that use zip tied. I don't like the fact that you have to put like 5 zip ties because I already got enough zip ties, so it kind of sucks. But that's the goal. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it because I can always deal with the dumper and clean it up. Um, I, it's not additional weight anyway, so it's not a big deal. It's just I might not like the look. It's really long. That's number one. Number two, I would have to cut it, trim it, kind of even out the edges. And it's not cheap. It's like over like $38 or $35 or something. So for a piece of plastic, $40 to pay, it's kind of steep. I think it should be maybe $15, no more than that. It is a strong, sturdy mud guard. Question is, I mean, I don't get any mud or going over my back. I don't, I get nothing. So that's not a concern where things are splashing all over my rear end. It's just, I guess, for the looks or something. I don't know. But I've seen the reviews on the bumper on YouTube and on the fender, and it looks really really solid. So I'm not gonna be disappointed. It's just I gotta make a kind of a decision whether I want to spend that money or whether I need it, or do I just want it. Because needing and wanting are two different things. So we might actually just do the season without the mud guard and call it a day because, like I said, nothing splashes in my back. Okay, but everything is done. The battery is done. Modify it. Check it. Check it out. Take a look how the battery was done. I put nice thick PVC sheets at the bottom and the rear. So when it sits on the bike frame, even if it travels up and down, it's not gonna be hurt or punctured. And same thing at the bottom. If the battery jumps up and down, nothing's gonna happen. However, the battery is about 49 pounds, so it's not like it's just wobbly inside like the other a light 48-volt battery that just was probably flying all over it a couple of times. So this is in the battery where it just goes, and it flips around the frame. It's sturdy, and I got a door stopper glued in, so it doesn't move back sideways, nothing like that. So it's solid. So that's done. So the next thing is paint job is done. The 24T screws are all around. The key is very hard to get. It's not very hard to get, but nobody has like, okay, the chances of people carrying a Phillips screwdriver versus a 24 key, hex key or Allen key, it's like almost unpredictable. Who carries a T24 hex key? You know what I mean? Nobody. Now, how many people carry a screwdriver, a flat, or Phillips, right? Lots of people. I have it in my car, So chances are that nobody's gonna have that particular tool, and pretty much won't be able to remove the battery if they wanted to, if they even had that much time. But with the screw gun and everything, it could be a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds. But anyway, so that's done. Paint is done. The May was done. Came out awesome. Check that out. And now we're just gonna do the front bumper, and we are going to stop there. And probably what we'll do is revisit the situation with the fender in the back, and of course with the ignition. So I want to get that ignition going before the season. Obviously, I want to be fully ready for the season, so I don't want any hiccups and problems. Again, it is not connected like the fuel switch to my positive and negative out of battery, so I don't have to cut anything. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to worry about it. As you saw my video, the other fuse was on like crappy, maybe 12 or 14 gauge wire, and it burned the hell out, and my bike was on fire and all that. So thankfully for this switch, the very thin wires, because it only goes to a controller. So it connects to a controller, it gets hardwired into a controller, doesn't get wired into battery or power cables in a controller. So these are the plans. This is what we're gonna look out for, and gotta see. I'm still waiting for you guys to see if you guys want me to get a chest mounting camera, or just shoot it from a cell phone, whatever. I don't want to go too extreme. I don't want to have too much equipment to carry with me because it's garbage. I want to enjoy my my bike ride the way it should be enjoyed, stress free. But I like the camera situation. For the season, I might end up getting one because I know the footage from the phone is not going to be as great as if it would be from an action camera. So I just hate editing. I hate transferring files. I hate doing that garbage. That's just not me. Even if I was making any money off these videos, I just wouldn't give a crap. I'm not, artistic guy where I want, beautiful videos and all that bullshit. I mean, it's dark over here. I'm at work. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Who fucking cares? I get the information out. You guys want to listen to it, you listen to it. You care for it, you care for this. Few guys that are very active, they want to know what I'm doing and how's it going and all that. So mostly, I'm shooting videos, and these folks are watching, and they know where I'm coming from. They know how I feel. So I get things done. I put them out on YouTube, and you guys enjoy it. All right. So hopefully I'll see you next time, and I'll have the fender, and I'll have a short video with the fender, and you guys will judge. Oh man, God bless me. God bless you guys. Enjoy your holidays. Take care.